How's it going, my true people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back on Pokemon Showdown for another Showdown Live. Now, I said in the last Showdown Live that the next one would have the old layout and stuff, and I have changed my mind. They will still come, those lives are still on the way, and they will explain everything better than I can do here. But after that last live, I was really dissatisfied. I was not happy with that being the first live going up. It still will be. But I wanted to follow it up with something better because I hated the way I played in that live, and I hated the team that we had. And so, like, I built another one for Yu. Let's get into some Yu. I'm literally just dipping between the tiers at the minute while we're kind of introducing this new series. Going to be a flavor for everything. So I've built a different team. I haven't tested this at all. I haven't practiced at all with this. I've been out to the co-op. I've got some food for dinner. I'm about to go to bed after I've eaten my dinner because it's pretty late already. And I'm just like, do you know what? Let me just try another one because I'm just dissatisfied with how that last one went. So it might be they go up on the same day or one day after the other. Probably one day after the other, but I apologize, like, I just wasn't feeling that last one, so hopefully this team works out better. If this live goes equally disastrously, you might never see this. I might decide not to upload two poor quality ones back to back, but I wanted to give it another go. So what we have here is I wanted to see how Cradilly could do in UU. I thought that would be pretty fun, right? That's not really a UU mon, it's a PU mon, so let's see how it could do in UU, because I think on the right team composition, it could do some work still. So here we have it with a, with the Mega Pidgeot, which I still kind of feel like Swellow could be better than Mega Pidgeot. Like, I don't know, I'm going to have to see how Mega Pidgeot plays, but, like, I'm curious as to why Mega Pidgeot is better than Swellow when I'm looking at their stats and stuff. I'm like, let me just, like, Swellow seems better to me in almost every way. Like, I don't know. And then we have the, I mean, I guess it doesn't have the Hurricanes. I guess that's a bit different, but I don't feel like it needs to. Then we have the Haxorus. This is a Dragonium Z Dragon Dance set. With the Outrage, Poison Jab, Earthquake, Dragon Dance, like I said. Big Steve, this is an Assault Vest, physically defensive, Metagross. Then we have a physically defensive Sandstream Leftovers, Hippowdon. And then we have a Rapid Spin, Fastball, Kistami, basically max HP, max speed. The reason being that I really wanted to show off Cradilly as the main Stealth Rocker in this tier and see how it could work. So this is a Mega Beedrill team. Wow, this person's team is so much more threatening than mine. Jesus, this looks like an actual, like, draft team. I guess mine does too, actually, thinking about it. If he wants to lead Keys, how am I going to deal with that? I wish I had Defog for screens. I nearly ran Brick Break over Pursuit for screens, and it might be that's something that's worth changing on this team. What I don't think he leads well against is Mega Pidgeot. So let me lead with Mega Pidgeot. As he actually leads with Klefki. So he could Thunder Wave me here. Wow, I do not have a switch into... I mean, I could go straight into Donna, right? But I don't have anything... I mean, I could Earthquake it, but then if he Magnetizes, that's a bad time for everyone. I could Whirlwind him out. What do I think these run? I don't know anything about this tier. Like, this is the problem, is my OU ones are the best because I've been watching a lot of OU lately. I don't know anything about this tier, so I don't know what these run. Spikes, Screens... Play rough. I don't know if they have Thunder Wave. How much do I need this to have speed? I get outsped by Beedrill anyway. I really do need it for the Komodo though. Let's go hard into Donna. I don't know if these things run T-Wave, but this is a safer play at the minute. As he just goes for the Reflect. It's definitely not ideal, but we can just Earthquake here, and there's not a lot. Okay, so they run Toxic. Okay. Or this person is running Toxic at the very least. I could have gone into the Starmie on the scouting for that, to be fair, but we're going to have to stall, I think. So let's Whirlwind him out as in case he goes Magnet Rise. And ooh, I'm not sure this is the thing that we wanted in behind screens. But I can just Toxic this, and he can't set up on me because I've just shown him that I can phase him. So in a way, this is no bad thing. It means I can get a Toxic off on a Komodo and potentially neuter one of his biggest setup threats, assuming this is some sort of setup variant, as that doesn't have the Lumberry or anything. The Drain Punch did 23, so we were really eating that. Oh, that takes us out. I was about to say, I don't know if a special hit would take us out. Yes, it will. But he doesn't have a Thunder Waver, so, like, I mean, I guess that would have been really useful for B. Yeah, I guess that would have been really useful for B. We still have Big Steve, but, like, he doesn't really want to take a knockoff. Okay, but this really gives me Nico now to get my Mega Evolution off. I don't think behind a light screen this thing will take a Hurricane. It should bring in Keys, but now I know that Keys doesn't have... now that I know that Keys doesn't have... you shouldn't live this, right? No. Now that I know that Keys doesn't have Thunder Wave, I'm not as scared of the Keys. I mean, I'm assuming his final move is Play Rough. I'm assuming it's not Toxic as the final move. So, Light Screen Reflect, 2 turns, 4 turns. Wow. So this thing literally looks like it can't touch Big Steve at all. So we may as well go into Big Steve on this. Okay, they run foul play. They run foul play. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh. I could go into Starmie. How much is foul play going to do on a Starmie? I've got no idea. Light screen still has 3 turns. I don't think this will do too much to Starmie. We have the recover, so I think we can recover this off. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, I think we can recover off any damage this does. And now we can just go for a Scold. We have the natural cure, so that's why I'm not too worried about that. I know analytic gives more damage output, but on this team I really liked having natural cure to kind of play around things like this that we struggled with. So I'm liking this. Unfortunately, they are going to get their screens up again, but we're getting Klefki really low, and then we can potentially just stall out screens. Okay, I didn't really want the crit because I wanted to recover and switch. That's not ideal. Okay, good news is we still outspeed Ape, unless it's Scarf, which it does look like it should be Scarf Ape on this. Okay, that's really a weird... Is this like a Rock Polish set? Like a Baton Pass Sword Stance set? Could be. How would I deal with that if it was? I don't have a lot of priority. I haven't Bullet Punch, which could hit the Zangoose if that's what they went into. Okay, I'm confident I can handle this. So let's recover up on this. I don't understand why you would... Okay, it's a knockoff. That's easy then. That gives me Pidgeot as we've stolen. I didn't know these things ran knockoff. That's weird to me. I don't know if this is the standard set or just what this person is running. Definitely weird to me. But Hurricane now. Light Screen still got 5 turns left, but they should do a decent chunk. This is a decent... Double Edge. What is this set? I don't think they'll be expecting Roost on here, so I'm going to go for another one. We're just trying to stall out Light Screen at the minute. They won't be predicting Roost on a Mega Pidgeot, so it's actually really, really nice for me. I could just kill him here, but because I think... I was going to say he'll just keep attacking. There's no reason for me not to Roost up. Light Screen's nearly gone. I probably should have roosted the turn before. Actually, we would have been in a better range of health. Yeah, and he would have gone down to his own recoil eventually. Yeah, I probably should have played that more carefully around recoil. So unless you are Scarf... I mean, Scarf doesn't make sense on this team. We've already established that. I don't actually switch into you very well with Donegon. I really should have looked after our Hippowdon. That was poor play. Well, you could be bluffing Scarf. How do I... I need to get a Dragon Dance. Well, even a Dragon Dance won't help me beat you particularly. I am just going to lose to this thing if it's Scarf. Nico's job is semi-done here in terms of... It only outspeeds the Zangoose at this point. So, and Zangoose I can probably handle with several other mons. So let's just go for the Hurricane and see if it is Scarf. So it is Scarf... It is Scarf Ape, and he is now Scarfed into the close combat, which gives me a recover on Starmie, which really helps me to handle this thing later on. I think we can take this. We don't take that, so that is just a bad position for us all round. Metagross would definitely take one, and then I can Earthquake. He doesn't really have a switch in. I need him to stay in here and think that I won't take this. Yeah, but we do take that. Okay, fantastic. Now we're looking like, man, I nearly ran Scarf Haxorus, and I kind of wish I had. Fun story for you, actually. The reason that I wanted to use Haxorus when I was looking at this tier, the reason that it's called Laxorus is because originally, of the many channel names that I looked at before starting the channel, I did consider having a channel called Laxorus instead of Dr. Lacking until someone pointed out that it sounds a lot like laxative. And no one should name themselves Laxative. So that was what stopped me from having that channel name. But up until that point, it was a genuine consideration that I might go with Laxorus, which seems hilarious to me now. So this should be a close combat. All I need is Haxorus to be able to take one hit from B, which I think it can. Because I think Giga Drain plus after the close combat drop and the Toxic Chip should put this thing pretty much dead, right? I don't even know if we take a close combat, honestly. That's the other thing. Okay, it's a Power Punch set. I didn't expect that. I was hoping for the drops. Okay, so he dies to... I don't know if he does... I think we're going to Synthesis because he should die to 2 rounds of... Should die to 2 rounds. Actually, that's a bad play because that gives him setup on B if he's got setup on B. I want this thing to kill me if it can. Wow, that's tricky. Let's go rocks. Hopefully he kills me this turn. Yeah, he'll kill me this turn and then die. Perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Now it's just 1v1 and we have to see if we can live a hit from B, which I think we can. And we can kill him with a Dragonium Z because we have a lot of bulk in this Haxorus. I'll show you the spreads after this game. In fact, no, I'll tell you what to do. These spreads will be linked down in the description. So, yeah, I think we win. Oh, yeah, we more than take that. There we go. That's better. That's better play. I mean, I still played badly. I should have kept the hip out of the safe and whatever else. But regardless, that's better. Let's get another one. I didn't look at what time we started this, actually, thinking about it. Sorry, I wanted to check the time, see what time it was, and I had a very emotional text from a friend. I'll have to speak to him after this. Goodness. Did not expect that. Wow. That's throwing me for a loop. I didn't know. Looking at this team. Focus. So Haxorus can do really well because this team doesn't have a lot of priority. The only priority I can really see is a Aquajet, which we resist. The big problem would be needing enough chip on things. So I really like rocks in this game because his main removal is weak to rocks. So let's lead with the Cradilly. Oh, that is sublime. Could just go for the Ice Fang. So I want to get a Toxic off here. Doesn't really have a great Toxic switch in. Yeah, he's just going to try setting up on me. So I'm glad to put him on the timer. I'm actually just going to go for the Giga Drain because this I could go into like I could go into Metagross on what should be an Ice Fang and absolutely eat it and then pivot back into Cradilly on what should be a Crunch, but I think we will I think it's too early to do that. I think we'll take an Ice Fang right now. So I think I want to save that kind of pivot for putting him a bit lower. And also he might not have Ice Fang. Thank goodness we didn't play that game. So at the minute we do outstall. So we're just going to go for the Synthesis. Yeah, he has to go for that again. And that one did 50. Oh no, I misread the first one. Oh, I read our Giga Drain as being whatever. So this Crunch is going to do between 58 and 64. Wow, that's a big roll. Let's just go here Powdon. There's no way he goes for a water type attack because it's I'm immune and we should eat that. Yeah, we do eat that. There we go. Threat dealt with. Not that handsomely because I misread the calcs on the Synthesis play, but dealt with nonetheless. I don't really know how you break an AV Metagross, to tell you the truth, my friend. He should just switch out here, so I'm going to go for the Pursuit. This is why we have Pursuit to trap bulky Psychics and stuff. I don't really think we need to, especially. But because he doesn't have access to a lot of Synthesis, there we go, nice 47%. A lot of Synthesis in the sand, that's really nice chip on that Celebi. I could have gone for the Meteor Mash into Scoodra, and that would have been nice too. The only problem is the sand kind of hurts Cradilly. It boosts us with death, but it hurts from a Synthesis standpoint. I'm gonna go into Sapphire, I think, because I should be able to recover off any damage. This shouldn't be a Power Whip, it's a Flamethrower. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say it should be like a fire coverage, probably Fire Blast or something, and we can recover it off, but actually we don't need to. I'm just gonna go straight for the Ice Beam for chip on this thing. We outspeed it. If he chooses to drop a Draco, that's fine. We'll get a lot of chip off on this thing, and if he chooses to switch, he just doesn't have an Ice Beam switching. And we're not analytic, actually, so we won't get the analytic boost, of course, with Natural Cure. But we'll still get some chip. I'm really just trying to think now how we win this game with Haxorus. I do feel like we need to be very careful of not getting swept by Heracross. We have a few things that outspeed it, unless it's Scarf Heracross. Oh my god, that tickled. That tickled. Okay, 68. So 71. This is AV for sure. Let's go into Benjamin on the Thunderbolt. We eat that. And we've stored out Orange Sand, so we can get a Synthesis off at this point. And I don't think this Goodra can break us, realistically. I was going to say he would need to, like, Draco or something, and we'll take that. So that's fine. Okay, so no Guts activate. So this should be Scarf, which means we have to be very careful of Moxie. If we just go hard Donna, will we take 2 at 69%? Yeah, because he's not boosted, right? He's not boosted, so I think we'll take 2. Yeah. Ooh, we just take 2. And the Sand gets a little bit chip again. We'll just go for a Slack Off as he should attack. Well, he shouldn't attack. He should switch out because this is a fairly obvious Slack Off play. Oh, I don't know. We might not take these quite as well as I want. He's doing about 66 across the 2 with leftovers. Can we outstall it? It's going to be tight. But we can keep dropping his defense so that Earthquake does a lot more. And then at some point we might have to attack. There we go. We are outstalling it. That's fine. He should switch this turn, and I can take 2 even if he doesn't. What do you switch into on a Hippowdon? You switch into a Celebi. So I do want to go hard into Big Steve to trap the Celebi again, but just in case he stays in, we're just going to go straight for the Toxic. This thing shouldn't be Guts. Like, this screams Scarf Moxie. So, here we can Slack Off again. And he should switch this turn, but that gets us back to 100%, which means we can always switch back in on this Heracross later. So, I'm happy just to Slack Off. Okay. Are you trying to stall me out of Slack Offs? Like, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to click it again. I'm sure Earthquake would probably kill at this range, but if he goes into Celebi, well, I guess we wouldn't lose much. Now we're back at 100. I'll Earthquake this turn, but in fact, I won't. I will Toxic this. I mean, he seems to just be sacking this thing. I'm really conflicted here. I kind of want to just Earthquake and Toxic and whatever else. I'm gonna Whirlwind because we don't really lose anything. Because essentially that thing. Okay, so we Whirlwind into the thing that I wouldn't particularly want to Whirlwind into. Alright, we'll just go hard into Big Steve. We've already shown this is our Celebi check. Wow, this battle is definitely taking a little bit longer. I don't know how many we're going to get in this live. But I feel like this is better quality. The reason I went for the Whirlwind there is that we were never going to have more HP than we were getting there, right? Because we were at 100% and the next close combat would take us as low as we were ever going to get. At this range of HP, we can always switch back in on the Heracross and stall it again so we don't lose anything. I think this time he's going to stay in because we've already shown the Pursuit. Okay, he doesn't. He just... Why would you do that? I've already shown you Pursuit. It doesn't matter. Heracross is dead. And we get the +1 boost. So now if he is a Mega Altaria, which I'm assuming he is, he can't go into that because Bullet Punch is going to ruin his life. He has to go into the... Even Celebi doesn't want this Bullet Punch, I don't think. Nor does... Certainly doesn't want this Pursuit. Really? This is your... I mean, you must be running Fire Blast or Earthquake. And you're not going to Mega Evolve. But without Mega Evolving, your attack is not that high. Do I need to preserve this? No, I probably don't need to preserve this for Goodra. So I'm just going to go for the Meteor Mash. Because, like, this thing... Okay, he just goes for the Mega Evolution. But why? If I Bullet Punched there, you were dead in so many ways. I mean, you're dead anyway because of the Meteor Mash. But if I was him, I wouldn't have Mega Evolved, right? You just go for the Flamethrower unmegged. I do want to preserve this thing for Bullet Punch in the Togekiss if it's Scarf Togekiss. So, at this point, do I want to sack Starmie? I kind of want to sack Starmie. It's really not doing a lot. It's really not doing a lot. So let's sack Starmie. I don't think we need it to win. Okay, so last time this forced him to Thunderbolt. I think I just want to go for Chip because any... If I recover and he goes for the flame, I'm going to recover, and if he goes for the Flamethrower, then we're in good shape. If he goes for Thunderbolt, then we die, but we were trying to sack this thing. Anyway, if we'd gone for the Flamethrower there, you see, I could have, if he tried to overpredict, that was my thinking. So at this point, I'm fairly sure Haxorus will outspeed. I don't think I can risk it. I don't want to get locked in. I don't want to burn my Dragonium on the Togekiss. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go straight into Cradily. And we're going to get our Toxic off on this thing. If he chooses stay in and go for the Ice Beam. Perfect. Can we take 2 Ice Beams? Not really. So we're just going to have to go for the Synthesis here. I wish we could take 2 Ice Beams, but we can't. If he goes into... Okay, this man just does not like to switch. Ah, he gets the freeze. He gets the freeze. That really sucks. Man, I wanted my rocks up at some point. That's fine. Because now I am fairly sure Hurricane will kill. I know he's AV, but like he's not going to eat this. Surely he's not going to eat this. And he doesn't really have a good switch into Nico. Then it gives me Metagross. Oh, wow, okay. This thing is bulky as hell. Goodra is a monster. But yeah, this means he should go into Togekiss always. Which I'm then just going to let Nico go down to get in my Metagross and Bullet Punch. And with the Hurricane Chip, that should be enough to pretty much seal the deal for the game here. I feel like we played this one a lot better. We were a lot more patient. I think I think this team's a lot better than the other teams, to be fair. Starmie probably isn't the best. That could probably be replaced for like a Defogger to handle screens a little bit better. But let me know what you guys think of this team in the comment section. I forgot to say in the last video that, oh wow, we just hacked this guy out. I feel bad about that, but what are you going to do? Oh yeah, the confusion ends. I wasn't trying to, like... Oh, he was Life Orb Togekiss. Wow. In that case, we will just go Haxorus and... Short of him having, like, Sleep Powder, which I don't even think Celebi gets, like having, like, Sleep Powder, Nasty Plot, Synthesis. That's probably how he wins this game. Short of that, the main thing I don't want to do is give him any, like, Giga Drain recovery or anything. And I don't want him to just HP Fire out Metagross to death. If he turns up, I'm pretty sure we just win this game. We have enough bulk on Haxorus to take most hits from the Celebi, even though it outspeeds us. Or should outspeed us, so I'm not really worried. I have a feeling this person is going to stall until the timer runs out. So, with that being said, guys, if you want to use this team, it will be linked down in the description. All of the teams used in these lives will be linked down in the description. I forgot to say that in the last episode because I'm an idiot. But yeah, they will all be linked down in the description. So, I mean, if you'd had Psychium Z, we might have died there. That might have been problematic. But you can try these teams out. You can see how much bulk we had on the Haxorus. It was a decent amount. Let me know what you think of the team. If you do try it, feel free to send me any replays on Twitter, on Discord. If you do use any of the teams that I show in these videos, I would absolutely love to see you guys using them. I feel better about this live. If you think this one was better than the last one, let me know. And always, like, feedback. I don't say this often enough anymore. Just because I've been doing this for a year now doesn't mean that I'm not still constantly trying to improve. I know that my content is not at that level yet. So if you guys have any feedback for me on how I can improve as a content creator, then please do let me know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for loafing around with me. And I'll catch you again next time.